Once upon a time, a man came to Buddha Gautama seeking advice on how to control his emotions. He was struggling with anger and frustration and was desperate for a way to manage his feelings better. Buddha smiled and asked him to sit down. "Let me tell you a story," Buddha began. "Long ago, there was a king who ruled a prosperous kingdom. One day he decided to visit a neighboring kingdom, renowned for the wisdom of its king. Upon arrival, he was welcomed with great honor. The wise king had prepared a grand feast for his guest. During the meal, the visiting king noticed a fly in his soup. Disgusted, he ordered his servant to bring him a new bowl of soup. The wise king saw this and calmly said, "Your Majesty, please don't be upset. It's just a small fly. It's not important." The visiting king replied, "I can't tolerate such things. Even a small fly can ruin my mood." The wise king smiled and said, "Your Majesty, let me offer you some advice. It's not the fly that ruined your mood, but your reaction to it. You have the power to control your emotions. Don't let them control you." The visiting king realized the wisdom in these words and returned to his kingdom with a new perspective. From that day onward, he practiced the art of non-reaction. He found that he could remain calm in difficult situations and make better decisions. The lesson here is clear. We often react to situations impulsively, and it can lead to negative consequences. Anger and frustration can damage relationships and cloud our judgment. But non-reaction doesn't mean suppressing our emotions. Emotions are a natural part of being human, and it's essential to acknowledge them. Instead of reacting impulsively, we should take a moment to process our feelings and respond thoughtfully. Elsewhere in the world, there was a young man named Michael. Michael was highly emotional, and he often reacted impulsively to situations that frustrated him. He would get angry and say things that hurt others, leading to arguments and strained relationships. One day, Michael decided he needed to take control of his emotions. He realized that his impulsive reactions were causing more harm than good, and he wanted to change. He began practicing mindfulness and meditation, which helped him become more aware of his thoughts and feelings. He also started practicing the art of non-reaction. Whenever he found himself in a situation that would normally provoke an emotional response, he would step back and take a few deep breaths. Then he would assess the situation calmly and respond thoughtfully. At first, controlling his emotions was difficult for Michael. He would still feel anger and frustration, but instead of reacting impulsively, he would pause and reflect. As he continued practicing, he found it easier to manage his emotions. Michael also noticed that his relationships improved. He no longer argued or hurt others with his words. Instead, he could communicate calmly and thoughtfully, which helped him build stronger connections. One day, a friend came to Michael for advice. His friend was going through a tough time and was feeling very upset. Michael listened to his friend's problems and offered comfort and support. His friend thanked him and said, "You always know what to say. You never seem to get angry or upset." Michael smiled and replied, "It's not that I never feel anger or sadness. I've just learned to control my emotions rather than let them control me. It's a powerful tool that has helped me improve my relationships and overall happiness." Impressed, his friend asked how he could learn to control his emotions. Michael shared his experience with mindfulness and the power of non-reaction. He encouraged his friend to try it, and his friend was grateful for the advice. Over time, Michael became known for his calm and thoughtful demeanor. He could handle difficult situations with ease, and people admired him for his strength and resilience. He continued to practice mindfulness and the art of non-reaction, finding that it brought him inner peace and happiness. The story teaches us that our emotions don't have to control us. By practicing non-reaction and mindfulness, we can handle life's challenges with calmness and wisdom, creating stronger relationships and a more peaceful life.